Hey everybody, ronarray here, and my 0.3 starter went pretty great. I progressed to map pretty fast, and right now I'm farming him for additional currency and upgrading my gear. However, a lot of people struggle at the start of the map. So in this video, I wanted to showcase what kind of strategy I'm using with initial Atlas to fasten up my progression and what kind of nodes you can pick so you will feel more comfortable at the start. Let's go, and I will be able to explain what are the best way, in my opinion, to progress. So, to get your initial Atlas points, you will need to clear red corrupted zones on your Atlas. You will have a corrupted icon that you can see on the screen right now. So search for those zones, find a Nexus, kill a boss there with higher level, complete the quest, and you will get your points. You can also get up to 2 points when you're completing all unique maps in the game. So when you're finding the unique map for the first time, like there for example, or here I have a fractured lake, just complete it at least once and enjoy your 2 points. It's pretty important to complete your Atlas as fast as you can, because those bonuses are going to fuel your farm in the future. Now let's talk about Atlas progression itself. So at the start of the Atlas, I'm usually just going to get constant crossroads to get this fortunate path. That way you will be able to literally get 2 very important things. Constant crossroads is going to help you with initial Waystones, because you will need to drop a lot of those. Without the Waystones you will be unable to progress. To get the Waystones of higher tier, you usually just need to go to kill a boss, and boss usually drop in +1 tier. So if you went to tier like 5, you kill the boss will probably drop tier 6. Together with constant crossroads, there's like a chance that boss will drop 2, which is pretty important, and you can also drop a few across Waystones themselves. So another pretty important part is Fortunate Path, since you really need higher rarity Waystones initially, mostly because you're trying to save your alchemy orbs, and if some of your Waystones are just going to drop rare, it will be very good because you will save your alchemy orbs. That's why I'm always taking Fortunate Path, because chances to get a rare ones are much higher with this. And the next step after you got Fortunate Path, I heavily recommend to go to rares almost initially, so taking Rising Danger for increased number of rare monsters, and Twin Threats to get additional rare duplicated in every map is going to improve your loot, both of Waystones, currency and everything else. Since you can't handle additional modifiers at the start, I think it's probably the best strategy at the moment. So after you pick both of those, it's a perfect moment to focus on things that you will really need in the future, precursor tablets. So after that I'm usually going up, taking treasure cuffs, together with precursor influence. Influence is not really playing that big overall at the start, so like at the first tiers. But if you will drop more precursor tablets, you will be able to utilize them later in your farm. So it's very important to get that early to stack as many tablets as you can, so it will be easier to farm later on. I'm not taking tablet effects initially because we're not doing any dedicated farming at the moment and we're just progressing. So I'm taking treasure coves, I'm taking precursor influence for more tablets, and all quantity of Waystones to just drop more Waystones in general. After that part is complete, I'm usually just going later to the left and taking bonuses for shrines. So your maps have 100% increased chance to contain shrines. After that, seasonal blessing with duration of buffs granted by shrines. And finally, like Mystic Guardians for magic monsters and Faith in Luck, 25% chance for shrines in your maps to have an additional effect. Why shrines are important that early? Because you can just get very cool bonuses with shrines, which are going to speed up your character significantly. You will run faster, you will hit harder, so you will be able to clear maps faster. Clearing maps faster lead to faster progression in general, so getting shrines early on and just abusing their buffs is a very cool strategy, especially you don't need to focus on anything else, and nodes such as pack size are not really playing such a big role at the moment. And another question is bossing points. So for now, to get bossing points, you need just to kill map boss at like location 79 and higher, 80 and higher, and stuff like that, perfectly with just like 6 modifiers. So for the boss points, At the start, I'm just taking quantity, and I think my next point will be just like Radiant Waystones. It's not too important for early progression, however make sure that when you're killing bosses with like 6 modifiers, you're getting it, because it's a good idea to just stack any kind of build that you can get. Just keep in mind that map boss difficulty could be annoying if your build currently is not strong enough, so if you're feeling like map boss difficulty is making it too hard for you, you can always unallocate both points, so Spoiler War and map difficulty together, because bonuses from that whole tree are pretty small. However, map difficulty can make it very bad for a weak build, and it's not going to feel that smooth anymore. And another interesting note that you can also utilize if you're risky is Ecological Shift. It can give you your maps have 40% more chance to contain random extra content. And random extra content could be shrines, strongboxes, essences, rogue exiles, and Asmiri spirits. So just to multiply amount of shrines, some people are actually going for ecological because there's also quantity of waystones around it. I currently prefer not to go for ecological shift, mostly because losing 20% less number of monster pack in your maps, in my opinion, making my progression and especially currency farm much slower. However, if you feel like you want to risk it and you really like buffs that you're receiving from shrines, you can just go take it. And another part for initial currency, when you have more points, you can also take a few strong boxes bonuses all over here. Important part to keep in mind when you're thinking about strong boxes is that the most important part is just taking a research strong boxes bonus. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points and take research strong boxes. Because research strong boxes are going to provide you with currency and it's going to fuel your build progression early on. So just go there if you feel like it when you will have more points. I'm also going to showcase Farming Atlas a little later on, however using that one for progression should be pretty good in the first at least 5 days, and maybe even longer if you're a slow player. Just take it at your own pace and focus on getting your passives because it's going to improve your game in general. And another interesting question is pretty much how we are treating Waystone modifier effect. I believe that Waystone modifier effect is a pretty good thing, and as you can see in my atlas, I'm already taking it like Grueling Journey for example. However, please keep in mind that bonuses like that could be very hard if you don't have a strong enough build. So in that case, just don't take additional explicit modifiers for Waystones. It's going to make your maps significantly harder even if you're picking a few of them, and it can make modifiers practically unbearable for some builds. Make sure that you're avoiding them if you're not 1000% sure that your build is strong. And if you're very strong and you feel like you're literally clapping everything in tier 15, so take Grueling Journey and go up for Unstable Energies too. It could be a very good bonus if you can practically handle it. So that's been my take on initial atlas, because that's pretty much what I'm running myself. And it should be very comfortable for early progression, and hope can help you out as well. More updates coming soon, and thank you very much for watching everybody. ronarray out. Go drop some divines.